From killer drones controlled with a PlayStation joystick to technologies that make soldiers invisible to thermal imagers. Today, you will see equipment that seems impossible. From underwater ninja vehicles and mule robots with machine guns to the hypersonic aircraft of the future. It will be very interesting, so enjoy the viewing, everyone. And now, let us look into the future, where airplanes will fly faster than most of us can imagine. The American company Venus Aerospace is developing the VDR-2 engine, a hybrid of a rotating detonation rocket engine and a ramjet air-breathing engine. It sounds like science fiction, but the goal is simple: speeds of Mach 6. That is almost 5,800 kilometers per hour. And you know what? This is only the warm-up. Their main project is the Stargazer aircraft, designed for 12 passengers. It is supposed to fly at Mach 9, that is, more than 11,000 kilometers per hour, and climb to an altitude of more than 51,000 meters. Who said that Sweden only knows how to make IKEA furniture? They can assemble real destroyers there too. Meet Robot 17, or simply RBS-17, a coastal missile that seems to fold itself into a deadly construction set. It was created on the basis of the famous American Hellfire AGM-114C, but adapted by the Swedish company Bofors specifically for the needs of the Marine Corps. This missile, 163 centimeters long and weighing 48 kilograms, carries a 9-kilogram warhead. And believe me, it flies to the target no worse than a bullet, a speed of 450 meters per second. Laser guidance makes it almost faultless. The target can be within a radius of up to 8 kilometers, and RBS-17 will still hit exactly where it needs to. Now about a drone that looks like a medical helicopter from the future. Capstone UAV was created specifically for evacuating the wounded and delivering medicines. It uses a coaxial system with 2 counter-rotating rotors with a diameter of 5 meters. Because of this, it does not need a tail rotor or a runway for takeoff. Payload capacity is up to 300 kilograms, including fuel and payload. The reserve is enough for a flight of almost 500 kilometers, and missions can last up to 8 hours. Autonomous landing and takeoff systems allow it to work where ordinary helicopters simply cannot cope. Meet it. This drone is like a superhero with a split personality. On one side, it is a compact and fully electric vehicle. On the other, it is a real workhorse capable of performing dozens of tasks. Its design is inspired by the legendary heavy CH-47 Chinook helicopter with a twin rotor, only Talon was reduced to much more convenient dimensions, 3.9 by 1.2 meters. But do not let that fool you. It can lift up to 45 kilograms of cargo while remaining quieter than the neighbor's dog that, for some reason, always barks at 3 o'clock in the morning. Maximum altitude is 6,000 meters, speed is 120 kilometers per hour, and range is a whole 140 kilometers. Talon can drop mines, deliver humanitarian aid, release whole swarms of FPV drones, or even lower sonar devices into the water. If Maxi Printer creates whole bunkers, then Ryol's plastic trench system is a construction set that you can assemble by hand in a couple of hours. Each module weighs about 50 kilograms and connects to the neighboring one using simple locks, without tools and without noise. From them, you can build trenches, bunkers, walls, or observation points. The material is a light and durable composite that withstands harsh conditions. And now about a technology that shows that sometimes you do not need expensive drones to keep the situation under control. Aerobona Aerostat is a reconnaissance aerostat, a budget eye in the sky. Imagine a balloon that not only rises, but also watches you 24/7. It is almost 4 times less expensive than similar drones, and at the same time it can stay in the air for up to 20 days in a row. Yes, a full 20. And no pilot who urgently needs a coffee break. And now equipment that decided, why be just a boat if you can be a boat tank? That is how the X-18 tank boat from Indonesia was born. This 25-ton machine, 18 meters long, rushes across the water at a speed of 74 kilometers per hour and covers a distance of more than 1,000 kilometers. The crew is 6 people, plus up to 60 fighters can be accommodated on board. The main weapon is a Cockerell CPWS Gen 2 turret with an automatic cannon of 25 or 30 millimeters and a coaxial 7.62 millimeter machine gun. Elevation angle is up to 42 degrees, so you can hit even targets that hide behind cover. Australia invested almost $569 million in this project, and the result turned out impressive. Ghostbat is an unmanned combat aircraft, created not to replace pilots, but to become their reliable partner. It flies next to F-35A or FA-18F fighters, taking on the most dangerous tasks. Wingspan is 7.3 meters. Speed is about 900 kilometers per hour. Ceiling is up to 12,000 meters. Combat radius? More than 3,700 kilometers. The trick is that it works autonomously with the help of artificial intelligence. It conducts reconnaissance, carries out electronic warfare, and delivers strikes. And it also knows how to refuel right in the air, which makes it practically limitless in missions. In essence, the pilot gets not just a drone, but a flying brother-in-arms. If the Army needs a pack mule, then Mission Master was made exactly like that. But do not be fooled by its name. It is not just a truck on wheels. This machine weighs 2 tons and carries up to 600 kilograms of equipment or ammunition, accelerating to 40 kilometers per hour and covering 200 kilometers of travel. But on top of that, it is armed with a 7.62 millimeter machine gun. You never know if you have to meet the enemy face to face. The batteries work for more than a day, and with a range extender, even longer. It drives through desert, snow, swamps, and even swims. And now, protection that looks so ordinary that the enemy will not even guess. This is the first bulletproof umbrella in the world. When folded, it is ordinary, but the canopy fabric is made of a special material that withstands hits from 9mm pistol bullets and .40 caliber cartridges. The umbrella weighs 3 kilograms. The diameter when opened is 1.2 meters. 1 or 2 people can shelter under it. It was even tested in Presidential Protective Services. And if you need instant cover, a bulletproof blanket comes to the rescue. It unfolds in 10 seconds and turns into a portable shield that stops shots from a 9mm pistol or even from a Magnum. The French know how not only to bake croissants, but also to build machines that calmly laugh in the face of rivers and swamps. Meet EFA, an amphibious transporter that easily carries up to 70 tons of cargo. And if it gets a partner, then together they can haul 150 tons already. That is more than 3 main battle tanks at once. Need a bridge? 4 such machines assemble together, and in 10 minutes, build a crossing 100 meters long, along which up to 200 vehicles per hour can pass. Imagine, just 4 crews, and a whole army gets a path across the river. Its dimensions are also impressive. The length is almost 35 meters, and the usable area is 96 square meters. Imagine an electronic bouncer that watches the sky around the clock. That is exactly how the lead-eye shield system works. It weighs about 200 kilograms and creates a full-fledged protection dome with 360 degrees. In its arsenal are radars and electro-optical sensors that will detect unwanted guests at a distance of up to 5 kilometers. And it does not matter whether the complex is installed on a vehicle or in a stationary position. It guards the perimeter equally effectively. The trick is that shield integrates with communication jammers and literally cuts off drones faster than you can say, no-fly zone. Sometimes the best defense is a surprise buried in the ground. German DM-12 and DM-22. Mines look compact, only 7 kilograms in weight. But inside, there is explosive equivalent to 5 kilograms of TNT. And that is enough to turn tank armor into a tin can. Penetration is from 600 to 750 millimeters. These mines strike vulnerable spots, the side or the bottom of vehicles, where protection is weaker. They work in different ways. You can use a magnetic sensor or simple pressure. And the operating distance is impressive, up to 100 meters. If engineers decided that soldiers need a bodyguard robot, then the result would be exactly Mars, Modular Advanced Armed Robotic System. This machine weighs 165 kilograms and is only a little more than 1 meter tall. But do not rush to laugh at its size. Mars goes onto the battlefield with serious weapons, a 7.62 millimeter machine gun or even a 40 millimeter grenade launcher. It works at a distance of up to 1 kilometer under the control of an operator, has cameras and sensors with 360-degree coverage, so it will not miss anything. An Overland AI Ultra is already a new level. This ground monster weighs 1.5 tons and rushes at a speed of up to 50 kilometers per hour, covering up to 150 kilometers in the hardest conditions. The special feature is that it can work where GPS does not catch or the signal is jammed. Artificial intelligence guides the vehicle along the route, recognizes targets, and avoids threats. Forget about months of waiting while defensive structures are built. Maxi Printer builds bunkers faster than you can finish watching a season of your favorite series. This is a concrete, three-dimensional printing system that in one day builds full-fledged fortifications up to 6 meters high and 12 wide. A real fortress factory that can work right in field conditions. Preparation for work takes less than 15 minutes. Printing accuracy is up to 1 centimeter. And the cherry on top, a sight that turns an ordinary shooter into a real anti-drone sniper. Smash 2000L is an optical sight with artificial intelligence that tracks and escorts targets in real time. It weighs only 1.1 kilograms, 40% lighter than the previous version. But the main thing is that the hit probability against small aerial targets reaches 95%. It works at a distance of up to 300 meters and withstands 72 hours of continuous operation or 3,600 shots. The Jackal drone is not just an iron fly buzzing in the sky. It is a real predator that arrives not empty-handed, but with a combat arsenal. It was first shown in 2022, and the British company Flyby Technology quickly turned it into a full-fledged strike UCAV. And you know what? It took only 6 weeks to build just 2 such machines. Jackal was armed with light multi-purpose Thales missiles. Each of them is a 1.3 meter laser-guided projectile with a range of up to 6 kilometers, and in some cases, up to 8. The missiles are launched from the front launch tubes right on board the drone. And now let us change the topic. If earlier, for catching butterflies, a net was enough, today for catching drones you need a net of a new generation. Introducing the Pashka Drone Net Gun, a weapon as if it came out of comics about Spider-Man. This is a handheld system for intercepting FPV drones. It fires a net 3.5 meters long at a distance of up to 30 meters. Yes, not kilometers, but meters. And that is quite enough for close combat. A soldier simply aims the device at the target and releases the net, which tangles the propellers instantly, like a garland after New Year's Day. This really is a ghost machine. Shadow Seal is a special amphibious vehicle 12 meters long and weighing 5 tons, created for operations that are usually written about only in secret reports. It can go on the surface, semi-submerged, or fully underwater. On the waves, it rushes at a speed of 55 kilometers per hour, and in underwater stealth mode, it moves at 9 kilometers per hour. The crew is a pilot, a navigator, and 2 fighters. The most interesting part is control. It can be driven remotely with the help of a PlayStation controller. Yes, special forces and gamers, it seems, are now officially on one team. Imagine a robot vacuum cleaner, only weighing almost 19 tons, with a Caterpillar engine at 765 horsepower and a task on which the lives of thousands of people depend. This is Docking MV-10, a machine created to clear minefields. It is controlled remotely at a distance of up to 1 kilometer, so the operator is safe. Its milling cutters and chain plows clear up to 4,000 square meters of land per hour. Stones, sand, mines, explosions. All of that is only minor annoyances for it. And the numbers are staggering. More than 40 million square meters of territory have already been cleared. And now, let us go down underwater. Military divers got their own motorcycle, only underwater. This is a compact tug weighing 50 kilograms that pulls several swimmers with equipment. Speed is up to 7 kilometers per hour, range is 10 kilometers. Diving depth is up to 50 meters. It runs on a battery, absolutely silent, so the enemy will not hear even a hint. Here's another example. That size does not always matter. Protector is a real Ninja Scout, a small tracked vehicle that works where a person is better off not risking it. It calmly moves away up to 15 kilometers from the operator, rushing over rough terrain or along city streets at a speed of up to 60 kilometers per hour. It works up to 6 hours on a single battery charge. High-definition cameras and sensors allow it to collect intelligence in real time, and an encrypted communication channel guarantees that no enemy will intercept the data. Now imagine that you have eyes that you can toss around a corner. That is exactly what bounce imaging offers. This camera, the size of a softball or a grapefruit, is thrown by hand or dropped from a drone, after which it starts streaming panoramic video with 360 degrees. The battery lasts for 2 hours, the body withstands impacts and falls, and the built-in infrared module allows it to work even in complete darkness. Video goes straight to a smartphone or tablet, Android or iOS. Imagine a ship that does not require fuel, a crew, and can wander the ocean for a whole year. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But it is reality. The autonomous sailing vehicle, Sail Drone Surveyor. The length of this wanderer is 20 meters, and it can work continuously for up to 12 months. The main fuel is wind and solar energy, so it is also eco-friendly. Speed is 13 kilometers per hour, but the main thing is that it can carry up to 500 kilograms of sensors. On board are radars, cameras, and sonars, including a system for mapping the seabed to a depth of up to 11,000 meters. In essence, it is a floating laboratory scout that monitors oceans, tracks ships, storms, and even underwater threats. And all of this without a single sailor on board. When the battlefield needs not just eyes and ears, but a whole steel box with fists, Guerza 02 appears. This armored personnel carrier does not joke. It weighs 15 tons and transports up to 10 people, including the driver and the commander. On the roof, there is a remotely controlled turret that can fire automatically, and the armor withstands hits from 7.62 millimeter rounds and fragments of shells. Guerza 02 can race along the most broken roads at a speed of up to 100 kilometers per hour, turning into a real express for fighters. Modern optics and fire control systems give it the ability to deliver precise fire even in difficult conditions. But what to do if the enemy tries to slip through low and unnoticed? Then, the British Rapier system goes into battle. This is a short-range air defense system that fires missiles weighing 45 kilograms each. And these missiles accelerate to Mach 3. Imagine, almost 3,700 kilometers per hour. It is like telling the enemy, "Not today," and sending their equipment into oblivion. Firing range is up to 8 kilometers. Engagement altitude is up to 3,000 meters. An excellent option for destroying helicopters and airplanes that hide under the radar fence. Each missile, more than 2 meters long, is equipped with radar guidance for accuracy, and the launcher is mobile and deploys in just 15 minutes by 3 or 4 fighters. It works day and night in any weather. The most dangerous game in the ocean is not battleship at all, but mine hunting. Petria Sonaca. CS turns this task from deadly risky into routine. This acoustic complex weighs about 200 kilograms and works like a sonar broom. It emits low-frequency sound waves that find and neutralize underwater mines at a distance of up to 500 meters. It can be launched both from ships and from unmanned surface vehicles. And what is especially important, the system is not afraid of harsh conditions. It works in the Arctic and in storms. Do you remember the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter? Well, engineers created its analog, only for protection from thermal imagers and drones with infrared sensors. This thermal umbrella weighs only 2 kilograms, or even one in the lightweight ghost hood version, but it can conceal a person or a small group over an area of up to 4 square meters. The material completely blocks thermal radiation, turning fighters into invisible figures for enemy electronics. Operating temperatures are impressive, from -20 to +50 degrees. Ideal for special operations where the life of an entire unit can depend on a single thermal trace. Be sure to write in the comments what impressed you the most. Subscribe to the Top Facts channel, and right now watch our previous episodes that have already appeared on your screen.